This is the first few flower corks in the world. Do not miss this. The view is amazing.
And climbing down is very tedious.
Best stick she has ever tasted.
The first genetic clone animal is here.
It's a very beautiful morning here at Edinburgh, and this morning we start our day at Princess Street. Right at the back of us is the Scott Monument. So what's so special about this Scott Monument?
This is the largest monument in the world to commemorate Sir Walter Scott. And this monument will never be cleaned because by cleaning this monument, it will damage the structure. And some little fun fact, the main station in Edinburgh called Waverley is named after a novel that has been written by Sir Walter Scott. Seems like a lot of things around Edinburgh City is about this writer.
So we will be exploring the attractions around Edinburgh. We will see you at each of the attractions.
Bye bye! There's a little fun fact on the Balmoral clock. It is always 3 minutes early, so that passenger in Waverley Station will not be late for their train. There is an exception. Every New Year Eve, the clock will be at the exact time for the midnight countdown. We see a lot of flora clocks in different countries, but this is something special because this is the first few flower clocks in the world.
Here at Princess Street, there's another attraction, and that is a Johnnie Walker store. And inside it, you can experience their different kind of whiskey as well as customize your own whiskey. Johnnie Walker is recognized worldwide for his whiskey, but he actually started out selling grocery. Over time, he became well known as a go-to supplier of tea, fine wines and spirits, but it was his own private label whiskey that gained him recognition in the region. And that's why whenever you hear Johnnie Walker, you will think of whiskey now instead of groceries.
Or tea. Some little fun facts about Princess Street. There is a street in Dunedin, New Zealand that share the same name, and this is not a coincidence. Dunedin is the Gaelic name for Edinburgh, and the design of the city in New Zealand was heavily based on Edinburgh. The rental price of the prime location shop in Princess Street can go up to £200 per square feet, which is
Very expensive.
very expensive. Yeah.
While we were walking along this Princess Street, we saw a lot of vacant stores.
Especially the second floor of the building, most of them are empty.
Yeah, so probably because the rental is too high. But we saw a Jollibee though. So
Jollibee must be very rich.
Yeah, making good money. Another fun fact is that to preserve the view of Edinburgh Castle and the rest of the city, there is an order saying that no building is allowed on the south side. So it was also decided that anything built any further west on the street where the Balmoral now stands would have to remain underground. And that is why the Waverley Mall is a underground shopping centre. So next up, we will be heading to Edinburgh Castle, and we will see you when we get there.
Bye bye!
We are now at our next attraction here at Edinburgh. This is the Edinburgh Castle. So one thing to note is that if you want to visit the Edinburgh Castle, you definitely need to buy your tickets before coming here, because we were here around 12 PM and the tickets were already sold out for the day and they no longer entertain walk-ins. We saw a lot of people standing outside and they couldn't get into the castle. So what's so special about this Edinburgh Castle?
Edinburgh Castle is located on a rocky hillside that was once a volcano. That is also the reason why Edinburgh Castle offers a very nice scenery of Edinburgh City. Inside Edinburgh Castle, there is a St. Margaret Chapel, which is also the oldest building in Scotland.
So at Edinburgh Castle at 1 PM sharp, there is a gun that fires every single day since 1861. The shot is made from an original 18-pound gun, and it allows sailors to adjust and reset their chronometers to the correct time. Although the timekeeping duties are no longer required, the gun still continues to be fired from the castle battery as a beloved tradition every day. So if you want to witness it, do come before 1 p.m. And surprisingly, there is an exhibition hall, and it shows that there's also quite a lot of such cannon across the world, and Singapore has one, but it's no longer operating. So now that we're done visiting Edinburgh Castle, we'll be heading to our next attraction of the day, and we'll see you when we get there. Bye bye.
We are now at the Royal Mile. In Royal Mile, there is a church called St. Giles. In front of the church, do not miss this. So on the floor, there is a heart shape. People will spit on the heart shape because they believe that it will bring them good luck. So in the olden days, prisoners free from the jail, they will come to this heart-shaped mosaic and spit on it. So I think that's the reason why nowadays people will say that when you spit on it, it will bring you good luck. And it is legal to do so. Another fun fact about Royal Mile, nowadays it's a very popular tourist attraction, but in the olden days, the residences will throw their wastewater from their window, and you will get a lot of surprises when you walk along this street in the olden days.
Today, we start our day with a planned hike up the summit of Otter Seat. So there are many rumors as to how the hill got its name, but no one knows for certain the origin of it. Some say that it was home of King Otter and his noble knights. Otter Seat is made out of a 350 million year old volcano. So some stone and flints too have revealed that there was human activity as far back as 5000 BC. So there's various paths up, and some of the paths are a little bit more challenging than the others. Hopefully we selected the easiest, and on the way up we should be able to see a good view of Edinburgh City. So we will see you when we get up there. After 2 hours,
We successfully summit the Otter Seat Hill. Yay!
it's quite tiring to hike up. I think one point is that if it is raining and the floor is slippery, we do not recommend hiking up because the path is actually quite slippery and there's a lot of small rocks which makes it challenging, especially on the way down. And towards the top, just as you are about to reach the mark, there is no pathway, so you kind of have to climb the rock up, and climbing down is very tedious.
I find that Otter Seat is very unique and beautiful because at the summit there is a huge stone. That stone looks like a throne. It is very beautiful.
If you are planning to do Otter Seat, it's going to be about 2 hours if you slowly make your way up, as well as spend some time taking pictures and rest. Today we are quite lucky that it is a clear weather and we can get to see the 360-degree view of Edinburgh City at the top. Even though it is tedious, it was worth the hike up.
Yeah, the view is amazing.
So up next, we will be heading to a restaurant, and this restaurant allegedly sells the best steak.
And we are going to have a feast there.
Yep, we will see you when we get there.
Bye-bye.
We are now at Hawksmoor, Edinburgh, and this is a restaurant that has been recommended to us by our friend, and we are here for their steak. So they have charcoal grilled steak, and we have ordered their sirloin and a rib eye together with some bone marrow. We have very high expectation of the steak because based on our friend, it is the best steak she has ever tasted. We initially wanted to visit the London branch, but we didn't have the time to do so, and that's why we do not want to miss it out while we are here in the UK. And Edinburgh is our last area in UK, and thankfully they have a branch here, and we will see how good the steak is.
So we initially wanted to kill two birds with one stone, and we wanted to try their Sunday roast, which is a traditional British dish. But because it's called Sunday roast, they only serve it on Sunday. So today is Friday and we are not able to taste it. But we saw online, it looks really good, and based on the review, it also tastes really good. So it's a shame that we didn't get to try the Sunday roast. So if you want to have their Sunday roast, you need to come on a Sunday. And so our food has arrived, and this is the sirloin. We have the rib eye and the bone marrow. So this is my first time I've seen bone marrow served like this, like together with the bone. I shall try this. This is the sirloin. We have ordered the medium rare. It's really very nicely grilled. is really very good. The exterior is nicely charred and then the inside is very juicy. This is really very good. Next up is the ribeye. Based on our friend, the ribeye is better than the sirloin. So very high expectation. It smells really good. Taste test. It almost has the same taste, but this ribeye is a little bit more tough, but it's still as juicy, still as salty. The exterior is charred nicely. It's also very good as well. But honestly, I prefer the sirloin over the ribeye. It's slightly tough. And very lastly is the bone marrow. So they have given a spoon for the bone marrow, and I think you are supposed to eat it like a pudding. Oh, it's very soft. Wow. It just melts in your mouth. The exterior is slightly crispy, so they added some salt on it, and once you put it in your mouth, it just melts. It's like full of fats. It's really very good. So you can opt to add 6 pounds for this, and definitely add this. So yeah, if you are ever in London, add this to your itinerary. Order their charred grill stick, and if it's a Sunday, you can try their Sunday roast because the review online is very good as well. And add the bone marrow. Highly recommended. Here we are at our second attraction of the day. This is the Calton Hill. So compared to Otter Seat, Calton Hill is more of a walk than a hike, and it also offers very good view of Edinburgh City. So if you do not wish to hike up Otter Seat, you can come here. It's only a 5 minutes walk up some flight of stairs and you will be at the top. Some fun fact about Calton Hill, this is actually the birthplace of panorama. In the 1780s, Irish painter Robert Barker sketched a 360-degree view of Edinburgh from the top of Calton Hill. So I guess that's the panorama view. And so there are some monuments here on top of Calton Hill. One of them is called the Nelson Monument, and it is shaped like an upside-down telescope. It was completed in 1816, and in 1852 a 762 kg time ball was added to enable sailors to set their chronometers accurately by observing the dropping of the ball at 1 o'clock each day. It is similar to the 1 o'clock gun in Edinburgh Castle, but this time ball is no longer in operation, so you can't really see it drop at 1 PM anymore. The other monument, which is right in front of us now, this is the National Monument of Scotland. The thing is, it was never completed. This incomplete structure is actually somewhat nice, and it has now become a nice photo shooting spot. So a lot of people will climb on top of it to take a picture with it, and from there you can actually have a very good view of Otter Seat. So now that we are done visiting Calton Hill, we will be heading to our next attraction, and we will see you when we get there. Bye bye. We are at our final attraction here in Edinburgh. This is the National Museum of Scotland. So this museum, like most of the museums that we have visited in London, is really very huge. And before coming here, we had a plan. We went to search all of the must-see artifacts as well as exhibits here, and once we enter, we went to look for them. So in under about an hour and a half, we managed to find all of the must-sees in this museum.
It's like treasure hunting.
Yes, I think the best attraction here is Dolly the sheep.
Yep. Can you imagine? The first genetic clone animal is here.
Yeah, and I think if you don't really have a plan, you will end up being here for 3 to 4 hours. So unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of time. So we came here around 4 PM and now it's about 5 PM and they are closing soon. Definitely a worthwhile visit in your visit to Edinburgh. It is actually free. And yeah, thanks for joining us in Edinburgh. We will see you in our next country.
We still have 6 more weeks.
Thank you for watching. Do hit the like and subscribe button for more travel related videos.